I think it is clear for everyone that no one is safe until we can get vaccines to everyone. And the situation in the developing countries are already very worrisome, and that's why we need now to make sure that the access to vaccines must be available for everyone. We need to make sure that people that are at the highest risk are the ones who will get the vaccine first, the same as we're doing in Europe. But the problem we have now is that we can see that the vaccines are going to come so late to the developing countries. And that is, of course, a problem for the people in developing countries, but it's also a problem for everyone, because if we don't get everybody vaccinated quickly, this will be a problem for everyone. This is a global pandemic. This is not something that we can only solve in Europe. We do hope that the speed will pick up. But there is what is called a COVAX global instrument that is working on getting access to vaccines also for developing countries. And that is during this year. We're talking about getting vaccines also to developing countries this year. But of course, to have everybody vaccinated, then we're probably talking years at this speed.
Team Europe is among the largest contributors to COVAX, with more than 850 million euros. It will secure 1.3 billion doses of vaccines for 92 low and middle income countries by end of this year. COVAX is ready to start delivering in the next weeks the first doses of the Pfizer vaccine to 18 countries, including 12 low and lower middle income countries, mostly in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. I also welcome the broad engagement by EU leaders to establish a common EU vaccine sharing mechanism. This will allow us to share part of the vaccines produced through our purchase agreements. It is also important to support our neighborhood, low-income countries, in particular Africa, and humanitarian settings, with emphasis on priority groups such as health workers. We will also engage better with civil society, the private sector, and financial institutions, and invest in regional collaboration. But it also includes the need to scale up local manufacturing and production capacity and build stronger pharmaceutical regulatory frameworks in Africa. The EU, in partnership with Germany, is already helping develop local pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity in the southern part of the continent.
Today, you also know that we have some rules here in the room. We will try to have distance between each other to protect everybody.
Pending authorization by the WHO, the AstraZeneca. So therefore, I also welcome the broad engagement by EU leaders to establish a common EU vaccine sharing mechanism.
In some parts of the developing world, in crisis or post-conflict, such as the right to education and to their moral and physical integrity.
Thank you, Mr. President. Radically change the context for this effort. Important high-level meetings had to be postponed, notably the summit in the Council, in the European Council, and indeed with other stakeholders. And of course, we will in this stay closely tuned with the European Parliament and with this committee.
Event which raised 15.9 billion euros